While you're watching www.bentelevision.com and on Sky Channel 458, bringing you latest update, especially things that are happening within our community, within the black community and the minority ethnic community here in the United Kingdom, and of course, things that affect the black community and the mainstream, that's things that are joining us together. Well, today really is to quickly look at the incidents in Nigeria and other African nations, and of course, what's happening here in the United Kingdom. In the studio with me is Mr. Godson Azu. We quickly examine the strength of the recession that has been experienced over the last 2 days here in the United Kingdom. And with that as well, there are major things happening, especially next week in Africa, to do with the Africa Trade Center that is going to be launched in Ghana by the Ghana president. Apart from that, the hottest story coming out of Nigeria, Nigeria is the most populous black nation in the world with more than 200 million people, is the issue of Dr. Obadiah Melafia, who happened to share some insight according to his understanding of things happening within that country to do with ethnic crisis, especially things that affect the Southern Kaduna people. And of course, he was invited by the SSS in Nigeria, and they went through, as he elaborated, they have a good discussion, and he was happy with the way he was being treated. And he absolutely shared with the Nigerian people that he believed in the entity called Nigeria, but the government and everybody must put hands together, join hands together to make sure that the crisis that the country is going through is curtailed, reduced, if not totally eliminated. Once again, Mr. Godson Azu is here with me in the studio just to briefly examine recession in the United Kingdom. Mr. Godson Azu, you heard probably for the first time the level of the recession that we're experiencing here in the United Kingdom. For the second time, having a two-time recession in the 2 quarters of the year, which could be maybe down to COVID-19, or it could be other things that are affecting the economy in the United Kingdom. You're welcome. What do you take?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think everyone that has been following the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic crisis globally, we realize that the impact of the pandemic is adversely affecting the economic, or rather the social economic fabrics of many societies across the world. The UK not being an exception. In reality, looking at the commitment, the UK has put so much stimulus, economic stimulus packages in order to be able to hold the economy from absolutely collapsing in the past 6 months or 5-6 months. And as such, you anticipate that with such a commitment by the government, without any real-time economic or financial intervention from external factors, the recession will actually be eaten into the economy, being the fact that close to about 20 million people were out of work for 3 good 4 months, and the government had to intervene by paying almost half a salary to close to about 20 million workers, irrespective of over 40-something million unemployed people who are depending on benefits. So you could imagine how the country could be able to manage 60-something million people's income for 3 good months, and without the economy contracting at the end of the period. So recession, yeah, I think there should have been an anticipation that the country will go into recession, and basically it's about the ability of the present government. Everybody knowing very well that the Conservative government is more of a pro-market economic government that looks at how the market determines how the economy progress or fluctuate. And looking at what the Bank of England are looking at in terms of the level of inflation rate and the exchange rate in terms of the import and export capacity of the country at the moment is very, very thin in terms of the measured capacity of that. And also considering the fact that many companies are already losing potentials for profit margins this year, and as such laying out more staffs. And the implications of also the slow snail dragging of the Brexit negotiation is also biting into the system also, because companies are going through the COVID new normal system of people returning back to work, being able to manage production, being able to manage services provisions, and also then trying to work onto the anticipations of what the outcome of Brexit is going to be like in the next 4 or 5 months by January ending 2021. So everything is about keying into the anticipations of the recession process. And I believe that nothing gets better until it has gone badly. So presently, the economy will have to go to a level of readjustments, and then for it to be able to get better, for people to be able to get into the reality of purpose or reality of time in terms of the economy getting back to its level of concession, where people can feel be comfortable. But I think that will take another couple of 5 years
before they can get to that state,
before we can get back to reality again in terms of the economy, in terms of the social infrastructure that is required to be able to sustain the economy and the human capacity or human development.
Okay. Well, let me now that we've kind of examined the recession here in the United Kingdom. Major stories coming up from Africa is to do with the Africa Trade Center, which will be commissioned on Monday in Ghana by the Ghana president, or they call it maybe the Africa House, in support of the African Union. How do you see trade performing despite the COVID situation now for Africa as a continent?
Yeah, I believe, like one MP said, is that Africa is going to be the new market center for the global economy in this decade. Actually, the next 10 years, the current situations globally would see many countries, the developed countries, to be looking outward to Africa in terms of tapping into the new horizon of economic growth that will be that Africa will be used as a framework to regain back the recessing economy of the developing countries. You see, China is going to Africa. America is looking at how to readjust its relationship with America. The EU is also looking outward now to Africa to see how they can revamp their relationship with African countries. And then you see Brexit also breaking into this game chain of multilateral, or what do I call multi-complex global trend that is emerging right now in the world. So it's a good thing for Africa to have a comprehensive center or a comprehensive framework in terms of African trade, where they can be able to formulate a central policy in terms of how they relate with the other developed countries or great countries around the world, on how African materials are being traded across the globe, such as tea, such as coffee, such as gold, such as diamonds, and such as oil as itself, because these are great commodities that is required by America, required by China, required by Russia, required by the European Union, even much greater required by Britain as they exit the EU. And so how do Africa not become a dumping ground, or how do Africa not become a good mine for these countries where they come and get our raw materials at the expense of the people. So I believe in that center. I hope that the center will do its best in ensuring that they are able to formulate good trading policies. As we begin to see the change in WTO at the moment, the World Trade Organization is also changing its framework, and then they're going to be having a new leader by next year, I think so.
Okay,
Next year, they're going to have a new leader. And
well, let me quickly bring you back into the final segment of my quick conversation. It's to do with the Dr. Obadiah Mailafia comment and his invitation by the SSS in Nigeria. Nigeria, of course, is the most populous black nation in the world and #1 economy on the African continent. There are crises here and there across the country, especially in the northern part and especially in the southern Kaduna area, where a lot of people have a lot of issues that are challenging, that are basically reducing the empowerment of the people within that area. And of course, Dr. Mailafia was invited. I hope you follow the story. Yeah. What do you really think that the government in Nigeria need to do as we round up?
Well, I think the best thing that the Nigerian government should do right now with regards to the crisis unfolding in Kaduna or southern Kaduna is to look into how to bring some of the key factors or key players, because the whole crisis in Kaduna is not just an ordinary communal clash. There are people who are engineering these clashes to reinvent itself every now and then, because many of us remember as far back as the early 90s when the first kind of crisis emerged in southern Kaduna during the Zagun Katafi War, and up to date it has always continued in different formations, in different class of reactions over the years. And presently, like Mailafia said, there are certain elements, there are some certain personalities who are engineering these whole clashes for a personal benefit or for some certain ethnic domination purposes. So it's about the government at the federal level and the government at the state level coming to terms to the reality, coming to an understanding, knowing very well that there is no fire without, there is no smoke without a fire. So there must be somebody within the structure that is aware and knows how all this thing is being played out. Like Mailafia said, these guys should be brought to bear. El-Rufai, the key players in northern Kaduna, the key players in southern Kaduna, some of the senators, Shehu Sani, and many others, notable people, even Namadi Sambo, the former vice president, McAfee, or whatever.
McAfee, former governors.
Well, they all have some elements. They are all playing on behind the scene. Why this whole situation is not really getting out of getting into control. So the federal government, I mean, everything is not about sending military, sending police, because at the end of the day, those who are playing the key pivotal role in this whole event are also using individuals or group of people to infiltrate the police, infiltrate the army. And at the end of the day, the armies are limited to their reactions. Police are limited to their reaction because of the key players. So it's about bringing the key players to the table and asking them to stop this whole manias, to stop this whole ethnic or religious cleansing agenda that they are carrying out, using Kaduna as a template to orchestrate the agenda across other parts of the northern states in Nigeria, Katsina, in Zamfara, in Adamawa, in Borno, in Niger State, in Bauchi. And so it's about who is benefiting from all those things. Yes. If it is about one man benefiting from this whole crisis at the expense of millions of people, and the death of ordinary people who do not have a say in this whole matter, it's an unfortunate situation. But I believe that I stand with what Mailafia have said. I believe the DSS have done what they need to do, but basically they did it out of contention. They should have done it without making it too public. So, but then I feel if they have the good answer, they should be able to find a resolution to this whole matter by now.
Well, thank you very much. This is how we end the program for today, looking at the UK recession, Ghana and Africa trade to be open, and of course the opportunities, bearing in mind the challenges in Nigeria, taking the template of Kaduna State, as Dr. Obadiah Melafia shared during the week. Wishing you all the best, and we will be coming back with more live shows. So stay tuned and have a good time and good weekend. God bless. Bye.